How much does it actually cost to live in Manchester? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you how much I spend in 1 week living in Manchester, and hopefully by the end of this video, you'll be able to tell whether you can afford to live in the city or not. Hi, my name is Sibu, and this channel is called Still Sibu. If you're new over here, I do content around life in Manchester, and I also share a bit about how to live a healthier lifestyle. So if you're interested in any of those topics, subscribe to the channel and stick around. How I'm going to break this video up, I am going to share exactly how much it costs me for my variable costs from Monday right up until Sunday. And then what I'll do at the end is share with you how much I spend for my fixed costs, including bills and the cost of rent. So stay up until the end of this video so you can determine how much it costs for a full week in my life living in Manchester. Just a disclaimer, this is the cost of living in 1 week in my life, and it's an average regular week. So it doesn't mean that that's how much you'd be spending, but it does determine how much on average a single person would spend living in the city.
Monday to Friday tend to be very similar, so the costs are around about the same. I tend to take public transport to and from the office. I work from the office throughout the week, and I buy lunch at the office, which usually on most days is a meal deal, and then that's kind of where my costs end for most days. Monday morning, I took a bus from home to the office, which is £2 for a single trip, and when I came back, I took a tram, which is £2.80 from city centre back home. At lunch, I had a sandwich and a snack from Co-op, and that definitely wasn't enough because later on I had another snack from the vending machine in the office. On Tuesday, the weather was terrible. I took a tram in the morning and I took a bus coming back. So it was £2 and £2.80. And then for lunch, I had a regular Tesco meal deal. This one is quite nice. It is a salad from Tesco, and I got it with a side of coconut water. And that was it for my expenses on Tuesday. Wednesday, I had training in Leeds. I took a bus going to the train station. I won't include the actual train trip because I claimed it back from my employer, but I was running really late, so I had to grab myself some oats in the nearest M&S at the Leeds station. And then I got into the office. It was a nice long day. I thought that we were getting food at training. Turns out not, so I had to get a meal deal again. I know. I love meal deals. They're good, they're affordable, and they're fairly healthy. I'm done with training for the day and I'm heading back home. I'm already thinking dinner and what I should have because it's been quite the day and they didn't feed us at training, so I need to think of what to have for dinner. Thursday was a work from home day and I actually didn't spend any money on this day. I did go to the gym, but I'll include my gym expenditure right at the end with my fixed costs. And Friday, I was back at the office. I took a tram in the morning. The aim is always to take a bus because it is a bit cheaper, but when I'm running late, I definitely opt for the tram. I then worked from the office. I had lunch at the office, meal deal as usual from Tesco. And in the afternoon, my friend asked me for a spontaneous meal. So we went out to the Christmas market and we ended up getting some dinner at the Christmas market. I definitely topped up dinner when I got home because this was not enough, but it was delicious and I enjoyed it. On to the weekend. This is where I tend to spend a bit more money because I'm out and about and doing a few activities that I enjoy. During the time that I live in Leeds, I met incredible people, and one of those people is my friend, and he is in Manchester today, and I'm going to catch up with him. So I'm quite excited. We're meeting up in Dishoom, so we're going to have a lovely, warm, wholesome lunch and catch up. I'm excited. I haven't seen him in a while, so that should be fun. Also, I'm running super late because there was a lot of traffic coming into city center. I think they're doing some construction, so the bus needed to reroute, and I decided to jump off and just pace walk. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be super late. So let me rush. When you're walking from Deansgate to Spinningfield, there's really lovely cafes on the side. I should stroll that side a bit more because it's really nice, like very calming type of vibe. Yeah, I might walk that way again when I come back. The menu at Dishoom is mainly tapas, so we got a few dishes and shared with my friend, but the main was much bigger than I expected.
The thing looks quite nice though.
It actually looks really good.
Yeah.
And yes, this meal was delicious and really filling, and the catch up with my friend was really lovely. I enjoyed it. The total for both of us came to £58, and we split it evenly, so each of us ended up paying £29 for our meal and drinks, which I think is really affordable. I consider Dishoom a bit of a higher end restaurant compared to the other restaurants that I usually go to, so this was pretty good, I'd say. Sundays are church days, and this Sunday was no different, except I was running a bit late, so I had to get an Uber. Luckily the prices went surging, so from home to church was £5.94. And after church I love treating myself to a cup of tea. I think Audacious Church is the only place where you'll probably find a cup of tea for £1 in this economy. Highly recommended. After church, I stopped over at the post office to send a mail to my friend from Manchester to London, and that cost me £9.25, and she got it within a couple of days, so that was pretty quick. I then took a tram back home, which was £2.80, and that was all my costs for Sunday.
Now getting into the fixed costs of the week. Now these are what makes up majority of the cost. As you can see, the costs that are variable during the week from Monday to Friday are quite stagnant and aren't too much, but when we get into the weekend it gets a little bit higher, and definitely when it comes to fixed costs it climbs up quite a bit. So I'm going to break down how much it costs for my rental, my bills, and everything that is fixed within my week.
The first non-negotiable cost is my gym membership. I pay £31 per month at Pure Gym, and this is definitely handy because when I travel I have access to multiple gyms in the city that I'm in. My groceries and ad hoc items come to around £250 per month. This month was no different. I tend to do my groceries weekly though, on a Saturday either morning or afternoon. And you're probably wondering, what is it that I eat when I'm not eating meal deals? For breakfast, I tend to eat oats or any other breakfasty item, and I'll have that packed to eat at the office or I'll eat it at home. And then in the evenings, I do meal preps every week so that I have healthy, nutritious food ready in my fridge to go after a long day at the office, and it's just simple grab and go, so I don't need to bother too much about like ordering or eating out, which I think saves a lot of money and helps keep me healthy. For the most expensive item on my budget, it is my rental. I live in a 1-bedroom flat just outside of city centre, which is quite convenient, and it cost me £750. When I initially moved into this apartment, it was £650, but it was below market rate, so my landlord decided to bump it up to £750, and that is where I'm sat right now. I pay £85 per month for my council tax. For water, they charge it ad hoc or every 6 months. I can't figure it out. It works out to about £30 per month. My electricity on this specific month, I paid £75. Another random cost is my internet, which is £26 per month, and it's £15 for my cell phone bill. That brings my fixed costs to £1,262, and to get the weekly costs, that's divided by 4, so it's £315.50 per week for my fixed cost. If I add that together with my variable costs for this specific week, it comes to a grand total of £409.58. So I think that's reasonable for an average week, bearing in mind that some weeks are more expensive and some weeks are a lot less expensive.
Hopefully you found that information useful, and if you've enjoyed this video and would like to see similar videos to this, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.